Hi everyone. I just wanted to make this short video to make some suggestions to you guys about changes I'd like to make to um, Physics 102 and Physics 112 for next semester. These are just suggestions, and so if you want to comment, fine, it's optional. You can tell me whether you like this idea or you really hate the idea. So let me bounce it off of you, and then you can get back to me if you like. Okay. So the first thing I should tell you is that Physics 102 and Physics 112 are very different course than Physics 101 and 111. Physics 101 and 111 covered a few topics, but in a lot of depth. Okay, and that meant that some of the problem solving in those courses were very deep. Okay, so you remember like problems that we had to solve with like Newton's laws with the boxes on inclined planes. I mean, there were a lot of steps to that, especially when you had two boxes. And so, in those for those types of problems, I felt it necessary that I should go over the same problems a few times with some variations, and do that as interactively as possible. And that's why I thought of the live streams. Okay, but Physics 102 and Physics 112 will cover more topics, and each topic will be covered more superficially. Okay, so it's not exactly superficial in the sense that it doesn't require thought. It's not problems where there's a lot of steps and you have to see me, go over them several times and really practice them deeply. Rather, they're more problems like, where you simply identify the kind of physics that's involved and then you pick between the equations that apply in that particular situation. So you still need to, think about the problems very carefully and understand the material carefully. But it's not like solving any one problem has like, 20 steps to it. Okay, it's not totally true, but it's mostly true. Okay, I guess the exception would be in Physics 102. There's some problems with waves that involve the second order differential equations that are a bit more involved. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So anyhow, given that it's a different course, and also given that the live streams, um, people did attend them, but they didn't ask as many questions as I thought you might ask. Okay, and for whatever reason, and maybe it's not a very good environment for asking questions. Those live streams could just as well have been pre-recorded lectures. The live streams, if you didn't know, they're interactive while I'm doing them, but they get recorded and they just automatically appear on the YouTube channel, so you could always watch them later. Okay, so if you didn't attend a live stream, you could just treat it like a pre-recorded lecture. Okay, so here's what I thought. I thought rather than so change number one, rather than right here. Rather than 2 hours of pre-recorded lectures, I'm going to give you 3 hours of pre-recorded lectures. Okay, sounds like I'm expanding stuff, but I'm not. The kinds of problems that I expect you to solve, they will be embedded within those lectures. Okay, so you can think of the 1 hour or so of live stream being converted now into a pre-recorded lecture. Okay, this will actually give you more freedom because you can watch these at your leisure as long as you're moving along, at the right pace. Okay, so number two, of course, because I've expanded the number of pre-recorded lectures, we won't have live streams. Okay, so we'll get rid of those live streams. All right, and of course, now you're saying, well, you need to interact with me, so I'm going to schedule. So instead of interacting through the live stream, which is kind of a poor way of interacting, I'm going to just schedule a physical classroom. Okay, so I'll schedule a physical classroom where we can meet once a week. It'll be in the evening, and I'll schedule 3 hours, but I don't think we'll last 3 hours. Okay, I've done this every other year except for this year. Um, and you'll just come there if you want. It's optional. You come there and you can ask questions, and if you don't have any specific questions, you can still come and say, I don't get this topic, can you do a problem? And then I'll just generate problems for you, okay, that we can do together. All right, and so you'll still be able to interact with me. All right, now some of you may not even be on campus or may not want to come on campus, and so I will still have real-time interaction via the Google Hangouts, but that might turn out to be only 3 nights a week rather than the five. And that's because I'm probably going to be teaching a physics lab, though I'm not sure yet. And of course, if I'm on campus one evening, then I can't be doing a live stream at the same time. Okay, so not a live stream, I meant a Google Hangout. Okay, so those are the suggestions. It's not set in stone. If you want to give feedback, fine. If you don't want to give feedback, fine too. And I'll make some decision about how I'm going to proceed forward. But given my experience this semester, this and knowing what kind of course Physics 102 or Physics 112 are. Well, they're two different courses, but knowing the difference between the first semester and second semester physics, I think that this will work out a little bit better. Okay, and well, there it is. Okay, so let me just repeat. So rather than 2 hours of pre-recorded lectures, you're going to have 3 hours of pre-recorded lectures. We won't have the live streams. Okay, so you're still responsible for the same amount of time in terms of watching. Some video, okay, but you can still interact with me in a physical classroom in real life, okay, and I think that's also just healthier in terms of like personal interaction. I like to see you, you like to see me. I hope I don't know, but I assume you like to ask the professor more directly. Rather than through a chat, okay, and this might work out better. Okay, so well, if you feel you want to give feedback, I'll take it into consideration. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.